Hey guys, it's Ricardo from Fireside Weekenders, and today's project is getting rid of this unit, this assembly unit here, changing the old style knobs to a nice fancy digital one, so I can automatically set the temperature to whatever I want it. I can control it right here, and it will keep the temperature in the RV to whatever I set it to. So instead of like this unit goes full on, full off, and you just change whether the fan is going fast or slow, this one will automatically shut it off or turn it on based on what you need, just like the one at your house. The other cool feature about this is that it's Bluetooth, so up to 4 devices could be paired up to it. So if you're in the middle of the night, or let's say you have a bigger rig than this, you don't want to get out of bed, you just go into your app, connect it to Bluetooth, connect it to the assembly, and you are able to change the temperature right then and there. The other cool feature, I know I've seen a lot of people doing a little homemade rigging of these two little ducts into this unit. Well, this one automatically comes with it, and you can turn it. It actually comes with 2. I've seen people typically just do 1, but this one already has it included with it. So make sure you stick around for the rest of the video to watch the install. The first step that we're going to take is to get rid of the old unit in preparation to put the new unit in. The way that we're going to start this is by removing these little vents or filters. Now these are meant to obviously be taken off because you're supposed to clean them every once in a while. There we go. Take it off. Remove this piece right from the ceiling. So what we're going to do, it looks like there's 4 screws that we're going to have to take out. Alright, now we can try to figure out how to pop this off. Oh, I think you have to remove these right here somehow. Yep. So in order to get these off, you need to remove the little knobs, or you can do what I did and just pull it down. Eventually they'll pop off. So the next step that we need to do is remove this piece right here. Seems like it moves for the most part. The only thing that I'm seeing is that there's a little chute here where all the air comes in down to, and that's actually stuck on with double-sided tape. So we'll get that removed, and then we'll be able to pull it down. So the next thing that I'm going to do is remove and disconnect the AC power that's going into this box. I didn't know that it was going directly into this box, and that I probably should have done it before I brought this down. So make sure if you're doing it, open these up and disconnect the AC power, then disconnect the white part, or unscrew the white part, and everything should come down easily. I'm going to unplug this cable right here, which is coming right from the top, and then I'll release these a little bit so I can get a little bit more play and feed it out better. Now, don't do what I'm doing. I'm using an impact wrench. Obviously this is a little bit well overkill, but it's the only thing that I have charged right now. So I'm being careful. Don't do what I'm doing. Black. Wago connectors are awesome. Alright, so now at this point, you can go ahead and remove this metal piece right here. The new kit comes with a new metal piece. The reason why they send you one of these is because you need to be able to attach the new plenum to it, and some of the older units don't come with the pre-drilled holes on these that are already installed. I've already verified that ours matches up exactly identical and all the holes are in the same exact spot, so I'm not going to remove this from our AC unit. However, when you do, make sure that you pay attention to the unit up above, make sure that there's no leaks coming through, and then make sure that when you install the new one that you do it nice, a little snug, but you definitely don't want to over tighten it. And you want to make sure that you get a nice even seal all the way across so there's no water leakage coming in. The kit also sends you a new one of these. Again, I'm gonna keep ours in here. There's nothing wrong with it, so I'm just gonna keep that as a spare part in case we need it to. But if not, you can go ahead and swap it out right now or at a later point. They're gonna give you a piece that hangs pretty low, so you're just gonna attach it up there, and then once you connect this piece up to it like this, you'll remove the red backing right here. You'll affix this to it, and then because you have the new one on and it's hanging low, you'll just trim that out so it gets right up to the bottom of this piece right here. Next step is to take the control board and remove the screws that are on each side so you can access the interior. What we're going to do is run the yellow AC wire that they have sticking out of the ceiling right into this hole right here, and then we are going to connect them up to each other with the Wago connectors that we have. We're going to take our nice Wago connectors and match the colors basically, except the ground wire, but hopefully if you're doing this, you know that the ground wire, the copper wire, goes to the green wire. We're going to take the thermostat cables and we're going to hook them up right up to this based on this specific diagram. Most of this could be self-explanatory. They usually try to do it red with R, B with blue, the first letter of everything, but sometimes they do throw you a little bit of a curveball depending on what you're doing, so definitely always make sure to go by the diagram and don't assume that G is for green or W is for white, because sometimes they do change it up. Got those connected, make sure they're nicely secured. Alright, then we're going to take this cable, which is the thermostat probe, and we're going to hook it up to where it says freeze. Actually, I believe they're the freeze probes to make sure that nothing over freezes. Alright, so at this point you should have every single thing connected, and you should have two cables dangling from your box and one sticking out coming from the ceiling. The next step that we got to take is to slide the control box right into this area. Not sure if you can see it, but there's actually two machine screws already sticking out that we're going to mount this to. This section, these holes right here are going to line up right with it, and then you're going to take these spring nuts and secure it up there. Alright, so we ended up hitting a snag while we were trying to install the control box inside this cavity over here. So what ended up happening is that this is the cable coming out of the trailer and providing the power. So it ends right here. When we try to run it up into there, it's about 1 or 2 inches too short, and then this piece that provides the cool air was all squished against each other, and it wasn't going to work whatsoever. So I ended up having to go to Home Depot and get a little bit more of the Romex cable. It's a 12-2, and I got some butt connectors in order to extend the piece right here. I went ahead and spliced everything up and connected everything, so we should be hopefully good. Now I'll have plenty of space to get this up there. We can put these little clips to hold the box in place. Alright. There we go, nice and secure. Take the original connector and plug it right into the control box. Now we can go ahead and install the freeze sensor right into the pins, right at the bottom where the yellow sticker is. It's time to install this piece right here. But before we install it, I want to make sure I clean all the wires up. Now during this step, you'll also want to put the sock on, whatever they call this gray piece. You want to mount that up there and get it prepped to receive this. Since I'm going to be keeping my old one installed and not removing it, I'm not going to be doing that. If you're doing the same, then you won't have to do it either. Now that we have that buttoned up, I'm going to go ahead and put this in place. It really can only go one way because this is going to match this section right here. Now what we're going to do is take this sock and feed it right through that hole. Alright, remove the red backing on the VHB tape that's on here so we can put this sock securely on. Now we can connect the room thermostat to the middle hole of the metal piece right here with the screws provided. We should have 2 cables hanging off the bottom. We'll connect those to these 2 plugs right here, and we'll be able to mount the shroud. Before you do that, you'll obviously need to take these covers off. Now we can screw these back in. Make sure that when you're putting this back in here, you don't pinch anything. You don't pinch any cables. The last piece is to put these back on. Now that we have that connected, is the moment of truth. Switch the breaker back to on. I'll have to go up on the roof real quick to remove the cover that I have on it for while it's in storage, and then we can turn it on and see if it works. We actually see there is power coming in here because it says that it's 57 degrees inside the camper right now, and it says that the unit is off. There's a lot of different configurations that you can set it to. You can either have the fan running on high or low without cooling. You can have it set to cool to a certain temperature, or you can have it cooling with the fans on high and low, and it doesn't matter what the temperature is inside. Additionally, this model that I purchased actually comes with the option to connect the heat source into it. Make sure that you get the right version of the assembly, because it is going to matter. You want to make sure that it says heat assembly option available. And the final thing that we'll do is download the app and get it connected. So they do have a Apple and Android version. I have an Apple phone, so I'm going to go to the App Store and we're going to search for RV Climate. Once we find it, we'll be able to download it. Now, one cool feature about this is that you can have up to 3 different AC units connected to each other. So if you have 3 different AC units on your rig, you can get this assembly for all 3 of them, and you can control all 3 off of one app, and they will actually talk to each other and basically maintain the same temperature. Going back, we're going to hit add new thermostat. Then we're going to hold the up and down arrow simultaneously for 5 seconds. That's going to enter into pairing mode, and then it's going to flash an ID. So then you're going to click on pair new thermostat on your phone, and then it's going to ask you for the ID that it's flashing. Alright, there you go. So as you can see, right on the app, it tells me that inside is 57 degrees and the unit is turned off. Now in here, I can go through and click my unit and select what temperature do I want to cool it to or heat it to, and then turn it on or off right in here. So if I'm looking at my unit right now, I do see that it has changed. I'm pretty excited about this. I love technology, so adding this, being able to access it from my phone is going to be great. I was a little bit worried about having to do the controls and having it be too cold. Plus, in addition, one of my favorite things aside from the technology is that it has these little movable louvers. It's got 2 of them, so you can turn it whichever way, and they're right below where all of the air gets pushed out. So most of the air comes right out of here, which we can even push a little bit better air right into the bottom bunk, which I know usually doesn't get much cooling as it is. That wraps it up for today. I was a little bit nervous at the beginning to get into this project, not really knowing what to expect. Once you start going in and doing all of the work, it actually wasn't too bad at all. So if you guys like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you know anybody that is in the market for one of these, is constantly complaining about having to adjust the thermostat, make sure that you share this video with them so they're aware of the product and they can see how to install it. If you like our channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you during the next install.